Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're talking about Kingdom Hearts 4. So, a couple weeks ago, about a month, maybe 2 months ago, Square Enix announced Kingdom Hearts 4. And basically, we were given this image. So, what does this mean? We were given this image, plus a trailer, and Sora looks a bit different. And I'm perfectly fine with this. I'm actually quite excited. So, what does this mean? And here are my thoughts on the whole thing. I find it a bit weird and just a bit weird that Sora's shoes are a bit flat, if that makes sense, because his shoes are normal. I don't know if they're going to return to the normal weird clown shoes that we've known him for the last 20 years. But basically, there are a couple things that I am worried about this game. A, it will suffer from what games suffer from, aka what most Kingdom Hearts games suffer from, either A, being way too complicated, or B, the world's being empty. And I think that was the biggest problem with Kingdom Hearts 3, because I absolutely loved Kingdom Hearts 3. I thought it was a good game. But I felt like the worlds were empty in the slightest. But what does this mean for gaming as a bigger picture? I don't know exactly, but I can tell you this much. The graphics. The graphics look absolutely stunning. Like, hands down, Square Enix is absolutely outdoing themselves this time around. I think it almost maybe as equally look as good as the new Final Fantasy game coming out. Quite excited for both. But overall, another thing is, who is this? Who is this girl exactly? And is she a main character? I have no clue who she is, but I'm quite curious to see where this goes and where the story goes exactly with her and what her meaning is in the whole plot and who she's connected to, because let's be realistic, she's probably going to be another Sora, knowing Kingdom Hearts' complicated lore. That's me making a joke, of course, but you can never know with Kingdom Hearts. Also, who will be the main bad guy replacing Xehanort? I think that's his name. Anyway, I think that's how you pronounce it. Because it's kind of hard to follow up with Xehanort. Because almost the entire series from the first game, maybe from the second game, all the way up until like the third game, they were hyping up Xehanort. So, who is going to be the main bad guy? My theory is that this girl is going to be in some sort of way connected to the main bad guy. Not Xehanort, of course, but somebody else. That's my theory anyway, that she might be connected to the main bad guy. Either that, or something completely different. Because the thing is if you can see in the background, sorry if the image is a bit crappy, you can see a full-blown city. So, does this mean we're getting an open world? This makes me wonder. A open world Kingdom Hearts game, which all of them are open world, of course, but I'm talking about full-blown open world Kingdom Hearts game that we don't have to get in this stupid gummy ship and fly around with. Hands down, that'd be cool. But another thing, back to the whole graphics thing. What will the frame rate be? Because this is going to be more than likely running on all consoles, unless the rumor is true about Square Enix being bought out by PlayStation, of course. That's a rumor for now, according to leakers. But basically, how will this run on console? Because we all know that this is going to run absolutely fine on PC, because PCs can absolutely handle this type of hardware nowadays. And how will it look at the finish? And what will the worlds look like? I would show worlds up here, but I have no clue at all for how these worlds are going to look at all. What will the characters that will show up? Will there be Star Wars, Marvel, any Fox characters that they bought out? Who knows? Also, when will the release date be? That's the most important part. When will the release date be? So we can get our hands on this game. I am more than likely looking at a possible December, maybe November release date for 2025 or 2026. Because it took them about 10 years to make Little Kingdom Hearts 3. And this one looks very early in development. Who knows? We were given a Donald and Goofy look. But, once again, how long of far in development it is? We'll have to wait for more information. And I think we'll have to wait till E3 of 2023 until I can make a proper say on when it's going to be released by estimating it. Because, once again, take all what I just said with a grain of salt. December 2026, maybe a November 2026, or a December 2025 at the earliest. I don't know how long it's going to be because of how whole video games work, because making a video game ain't cheap. It takes a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of resources, and yeah, takes a lot of time basically. Another thing I want to mention is Sora's appearance. I already talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the video. What will he look like throughout the game? Because this game looks like it's going for more of a realistic look and less of a cartoonish look, if that makes sense. So the game isn't going to be as cartoonishly weird and crazy, possibly, which will be interesting because that's the whole point of Kingdom Hearts. The game's having a bit of a weird look to it. Another thing that makes me wonder, what characters will show up? Because We all know Encanto is going to show up, of course, more than likely, just because of how much of a success Encanto was, and how much of a success Turning Red was, so that's a possibility. Once again, I'm not 100% sure, but a Turning Red world would probably be likely. An Inside Out world would probably be possible. But back to main Disney IPs in-house, we haven't gotten many new IPs from Disney besides Frozen 2 and possibly a new 2D animated works. That's according to the rumors. Keep in mind, that's grain of salt. So it looks like we don't have much to go off of for now until an official release date and more stuff is shown in the trailer, because of how the trailer was formatted. We didn't get much information. We just got a cool little fight, which I absolutely recommend going to watch the trailer. It's absolutely spectacular. But overall, my entire thoughts on everything that this game is going to be going for looks like it's going to be going for more of a darker tone, if that makes sense. I don't know how dark, but there is, I'm not saying it's a massive chance, there's a 25, maybe a 15% chance that this game could possibly be rated T. What does this mean, basically? A possible rated T Kingdom Hearts 4. I highly doubt this, but it's not out of the question just because of how realistic the game looks. Another thing is how will formatting work, like the leveling system and everything. Because usually we get in the gummy ship, take off, go to the next world basically, and explore. And that's what we do basically. Will we be using the gummy ship again? Or are we going to be using something completely different? Because we have, like, how many characters now? About 8, maybe 13, possibly 15 main characters. Another thing that we're probably going to be seeing is Riku's character arc progressing more and more throughout this entire game's saga, if it's going to be a saga. It probably will be. But basically, what will Kingdom Hearts 5 look like? That is far, far in the future, and we have no clue at all what that's going to look like. It's all up to speculation. Keep in mind, that's all speculation. So, to finish my thoughts on the whole Kingdom Hearts 4, there are a couple things that I'm hoping to see in the game. 3 main things. One would be a leveling system. Or not a leveling system, but more of a focus tree, because we do have a focus tree. If you want to consider it a focus tree. The focus tree we got was a bit weird and complicated. The way that I would like to see a focus tree done was the way that they handled it inside of Star Wars Fallen Order, where you go to a little upgrade station and you get points and level up as the game continues. That's how I would like to see a leveling up system in the game. Also, what Keyblades are we going to get? I think a Keyblade, basically like a, I don't know, maybe an Encanto, or, once again, we don't have many movies to go off of for this new game. An Encanto Keyblade would be cool. Another thing I would like to see done would be a toggle feature for the graphics, because I can already see this game pretty much crashing a lot of consoles at the highest, absolutely the highest difficulty, or not difficulty, highest bar. And yeah, that's the things I would like to see in this game. Oh yeah, wait, there is one more thing I would actually like to see. Since Tobey Maguire Spider-Man showed up in Spider-Man No Way Home, I would like to see a possible a possible a possible Spider-Man Tobey Maguire cameo. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe on YouTube.